So I've seen some posts today on X saying that because the VIX hit 65 today, that it looks like things are going to continue to crash down just like in 2008. But I'm here to just make a video to show you my thoughts and how I disagree. So let's look at the VIX right now. And this is during COVID, and it's not as high as what COVID had. And this is in 2008, where it went up all the way up to the 80s, right? So when did this peak happen for the VIX right here? It was like basically in September and October, November of 2008. That's when things really started to panic. And let's just compare this time period to the current time period on the QQQ chart just to see if indeed it's similar to 2008. So I have my GAN pulled up here for the QQQ on the weekly chart, and from the 2002 low here, you can see the symmetry of the chart, and essentially from the orange level, that was the peak in November of 2007. So it hit its first level in 2007, giving you a warning sign that possibly you should take some profits. And then this angle here, it lost as support right here, and then it kept trending lower, and then it lost the angle as support. But let's look at something here in this market symmetry. So we said the VIX was maybe in October, September of 2008. Well, this is September, right? Look at this bearish engulfing candle where this fear started. That was a 5% down week for the QQQ. And that's when the VIX started to spike, right? This is right here. But what is happening right now? What is happening is it's losing everything as a support, right? It got rejected here at that level. It lost this angle as support. It lost this arc as support again right there. And then the max panic came, and this is September and October. Look at this VIX right here. The VIX was up to 80 during this time, right? And today it got 65. So we're going to compare this scenario to now, right? It's an obvious rejection and loss of support. So this is the same chart. Now we're going to go to present day, and we're going to take a look at what happens or what is happening. So just based off market structure, you can see it hit this green level perfectly almost, and it got rejected in 2021, which caused the bear market. And then all it did is backtest this arc, which was a previous resistance, flipped to a support, and then price came back up. And now what do I see? Well, price had that, like the QQQ had this bullish engulfing candle up 3% for the week. And basically that just took off from there. But one thing I want to point out is there has not been a successful backtest yet of this green level. So I want to point that out simply because that is possible, right? So there could be some more fear in the markets to come. But this is in no way, shape, or form the same as 2008, because in 2008, when it had that massive VIX spike, it was already lost all support levels, right? It already lost all of them. And this hasn't even backtested its first level yet, right? So that's at 395, 394. So the possibility to get down there is pretty good, right? It could happen. But I would not really fear, because that's just a normal backtest, just like you saw a normal backtest of this arc. And if we go back in time, there was another normal backtest of that blue level here after this was a previous resistance, then a successful backtest, and then it took off. So I believe something similar is going to happen here in 2018, where it's just going to come back and backtest this green level and then take off again. Because again, I'm going to go back to that chart, to the beginning here. During that massive VIX spike, it started in like September, right? Like right here. And it already lost all support, right? It lost all support. That's all there is to it. And that's why you had that massive scare, massive everything. But you don't have any loss of support here at all. And even if you turn on other indicators here, like the weekly moving averages, the 50-week moving averages right there has not even broken yet. And if we go back into that time here, you can see that the 50-week moving average broke a long time ago after it got to that level, right? It broke here, and then it flipped it to resistance, and then it just collapsed and lost all the moving averages, right? So there were plenty of warning signs before that massive VIX spike showing that you're going to get scared of the market, you're going to just lose all the money, whatever, right? This is just proof that it's a different time period because the VIX spiked right here when it already lost all support levels, right? And it really escalated once the 200-week moving average lost that support, right? And this situation, we still have not even lost the 50-week moving average. And then there's that level. Then you have all these moving averages down below as well, right? And maybe you could say, oh, this is like right here, it's going to collapse. But if you use the market symmetry, you could see that it's not going to collapse. It's just a back test of an arc, right? So therefore, it's not the same scenario at all. It's still holding support levels. And worst case, I think it could come back and retest this green level, which sits around 395 for the QQQ. So you can be prepared for that. But that would just be a successful back test and nothing to worry about at all.